York City is the homeless capital of America, with over 90,000 homeless people and 150,000 plus migrants.
These people in competition to the local homeless population.
We come with an attitude that there's enough for all.
Does New York have any space left?
We're done. No, we're full. The homeless here in New York City are being thrown to the side.
We're about to see how many homeless people are sleeping in the subway. Are you sleeping out here tonight? You get booted out of here when you try to sleep?
Mostly every day. Just telling them, look, it's time to go. It's like The Walking Dead at times. They'll start coming down more and more.
People just doing their best to get some rest out here.
But why are there no homeless people camping above ground?
There's no benches. This lady right here just standing. We found a bench. The catch is, I would have severe back pain. The modern bench, you lay down at a 45-degree acute angle. Spike designed to keep you from popping a squat. Oh, this is the worst of the worst. Not cozy.
Shelters are so overrun now, and they're so dangerous.
We're listening to this police radio. Apparently 8 people are running from the cops right now after a robbery. Plan us to jump out and film this.
We're gonna film it. Stay behind me so you don't get shot.
Tap here to see what happened next.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? First and foremost, like always, all praises be to the Most High, the I am that I am. In Exodus 3, gotta give all honors and praise and glory to the Most High. Second off, I thank y'all for whoever watching this video. I pray that your life prosper and you be blessed in every way. Thank y'all whoever been supporting me. I appreciate it. Bear with me while I still figure this YouTube thing out, right? I'm just not taking it, a little bit serious as far as content. I did have a video that I just dropped, but they took it down, unfortunately. The Great Divide, I believe. Cool little video, but fair is fair. They took it down due to things. You know how the YouTube game work. But anyway, man. I wanted to touch on something today, man, because something that I've always noticed, and of course living outside the country, comparing and contrasting, is homelessness. Homelessness in America is like no other. Homelessness, it's always been around. You always had homeless people. Usually it would be, people that would be homeless would be like drunkards, people that was on drugs, things like that, But nowadays it's more common to see more homeless people, just regular people, right? So so, and talking to people outside of America who've never been there, it always amazes me, this whole perception of it. They always ask, why would you leave America? But they have no idea, this great place, there, a lot of people say, I think I seen a video where it was like Nicki Minaj was talking about how her perception of America was that it had like golden streets, and you would never know if you from America or if you live in America how these people look at it. All they see is what they see on TV, the good things. You get what I'm saying? They don't show the bad things. People lying in the street. These whole tent cities like Skid Row, as we seen. People walking down the street up and day and night looking like zombies. People not being able to feed their children. People don't knowing what their next meal gonna come from. People not knowing how to pay their rent. If they, a lot of people are on the verge of homelessness. But yeah, man, that's the American life. That's the reality of what America is. And just to be honest, a lot of us, we're trying to uphold this kind of image on social media. We're trying to look like we're all good, but we're not. A lot of people suffering, man. A lot of people suffering. They suffering from the inflation. The economy is just not the same like it was when we grew up. Where your father or one person can take care of a whole household off of one job. It just doesn't exist anymore. Like I talk about on the other video, $17 an hour is the new $10 an hour. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's the new American nightmare, right? So yeah, the homelessness in America. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that draws me is How are there homeless people on your streets, but you're giving billions and billions to other countries like Ukraine, like Israel? You know, America has been funding Israel for so many years. You're talking about billions and billions of dollars. You should not have not one homeless person. How many people are in America? Roughly around 300 million, something like that. You can give out a couple billion and feed everybody 2 times. But that just lets you know, you know, there's an agenda being served, and a lot of us are still lost. We're still asleep. Remember, you got to be asleep to live the American dream or try to chase the American dream. You got to be asleep to try to get it, right? But yeah, man, yeah, people are one check away, man. You see people on social media, they'll be showing and bragging about certain things, you know, but you see them in real life, that's not what it is, you know. So everybody has a image to uphold. You know, people are not showing their real lives. You know, we all struggling. You get what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not in America, but you know, we all feel it. You know, we're all American citizens at the end of the day, and we need to just be realistic for what it is. You know, just because you ain't sleeping on the street today, don't mean you ain't one check away from being on the street tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? If let's say if your car broke down today, let's say if your house caught on fire, and just to be realistic, do people even live in houses anymore? Do people even so-called own houses anymore? You know, whatever. I'll talk on that in another video. Do you really own your own home? Go check that out. But yeah, I remember being younger. Everybody on the block pretty much had their own home. I think apartments are like the new homes now, right? And a lot of people are coming together and living in one house, you know. And of course the other nations do it, the Mexicans, the Venezuelans, all these different people, they do it. But I don't think, you know, it's so easy for our people, unfortunately, you know. But hey, man, you're going to have to make it work. You're going to have to do what you got to do in this time, you know, because times is hard. But yeah, man, yeah, people are one check away from being homeless. You know, like I said, growing up, that was unheard of. You know, if you was living in an apartment, you was one person. You never seen whole families living in one apartment. That was unheard of. Apartments was like the temporary stay for, you know, for people. But yeah, so yeah, man. Just to give you a testimony, real quick. I was homeless a couple of times in my life. I've actually had a home. I mean, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I actually had a job being homeless. I would go to work, and the people there didn't know. You know, I would wash up, come to the job. You know, I washed up where I could. Sometimes it was in the bathroom. You know, but yeah, it was a real humbling experience. It let me know, and I'm glad that I went through that, because it let me know that it can always, at any moment in life, get real. You get what I'm saying? And having a job, you know, having income, you know, that was my life, man. You know, and in America, if somebody is homeless, you damn near, you know, you get shamed by everybody. So you will end up depressed, not only from being homeless, but you will end up depressed because you're not upholding this whole American status that everybody, you know, think they have. Because everybody think they're gonna be a millionaire one day, right? Or everybody chasing that bag. Everybody think God has ordained them in America to one day fulfill this great prophecy of them being rich, right? You sadly mistaken. You know, things will get worse. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I just have to be honest with you. I have to be truthful with you. It's meant for Satan to dangle that dollar like this. Oh, you want this? Oh, you follow me? Come on. And reel you in. You know, things will get worse. Trust me, it will. I don't care who's the president, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, Flavor Flav, Barack Obama, Jesus Christ. You can roll, you know, they can roll out Martin Luther King, man, whatever. It don't matter. It's gonna get worse. You know why? Because the Most High said so. It's gonna get worse. It has to get worse. Because people will get desperate A lot of more people will be homeless. A lot of people are not going to be used to losing themselves or losing a lot of normal things that they're usually used to doing. You know, like me right now, I got on this shirt. I had this shirt for years. You know what I'm saying? But I live in a hot place where I don't have to keep buying new clothes for the new season. But humility lets me know, hey, it's a shirt. I put it on today. I'm not stepping outside to impress anybody. And there's life here. I like it. It's simple. But a lot of us will not be able to handle the humbling once all these things start to happen. Well, you won't be able to go buy 10 pairs of shoes for this school, for your kid's school year. Or you won't be able to go buy 10 outfits for, to wear for 2 weeks. It just ain't going to be that. All these things were by design. And trust me, you'll realize very soon what I'm saying. We have to get used to be surviving on little. Food is going to be scarce. Water is going to be scarce. All these things. And these things are meant to happen so you can be dependent on the system or the government. So the government will cause the chaos or the problem, and the government will hold the solution. But you'll be so desperate for the solution in the problem, you'll be willing to accept everything that comes with it. And that's the plan. That's the agenda. But I would just say, know who you serve, man. Get closer to God, because, we don't own none of this stuff, man. And today it can be here. Tomorrow it can be gone. That's just life. Take no thought for what tomorrow gonna bring. Worry about today. What you got today? I tell my children all the time, we got food. We might have some beans and rice. You know what I'm saying? I remember living in a motel with my family years ago. Not even that long ago. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Living in a hotel with my whole family. And I thought I would be the only one. Guess what? I seen Caucasian families doing the same thing. Whole families in little small motels. And guess how much the motels was? It wasn't that they didn't have money. The motels was like $370 a week. So you do the math. That's more than an average apartment. Well, now I don't know. But that was in Michigan. But I was just talking to a guy. Actually, he's from Japan. He was living in California. He actually paying $4,000 for a 1-bedroom in California. So that's beyond me. That's beyond my pockets. But yeah, man, a lot of us are gonna be humble, man. We're gonna be humble a lot. But like I say, we were living in a motel, and I always prepare my family for that. So if you're not preparing your family when these things happen, all of this is gonna fall on you, and your family is not gonna be prepared. Talk to your children. Always tell them, hey, there's a storm coming. Enjoy your food today. Enjoy everything that the Most High have allotted for us to enjoy. Our foods, our clothes, our shelter, because there might come a time where we don't have that. And it just is what it is. You can't hold these things up to the point where when they're taken away, you don't know what to do. You're going to go crazy, because the majority of people is going to go crazy. That's it. That's pretty much that. But and most of all, man, I know America is, everybody has hope or faith that it's going to get better and things like that. Man, all I ask you, don't believe what I say. Look at the history of every empire. Look at the history of Rome. Look at the history of Greece, and read your Bible. Start connecting with God. Start fasting. Start praying more. Understand that homelessness is just a day away, or a step away, or one paycheck away. But I'm not wishing it on anybody. I'm just saying, let's be realistic in the time that we live in. You see that the food is getting more. You see that rent is getting higher. Every year they're raising the rent. You see gas prices going up and down. Yeah, man, just be realistic. And thank y'all for supporting me, even though most people that support me are strangers. But if you supported me, I totally appreciate you. Yeah, man, it's pilgrims in the earth. Always be ready to get up and go with whatever you got. All praises be to the Most High. Peace.